for the team. With Shannon and Sean, talking about life and everything in between. The token ones see it differently. Yeah, token one for the team. This is Shannon and Sean, keeping things light. The token ones in the group, that's right. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride right now. Right now. And enjoy the ride right now.
Right, we're going. Holy shit. Oh, Jesus Christ. Do you know what I want to have? It's like a bloopers reel.
Of just us trying to set up this podcast.
It takes like about fucking 40 minutes, man. Jeez. You don't get bloopers reels anymore on
I know.
on films.
I know, but I think we should do one.
A bloopers reel.
Yeah.
That's just my life, man.
Just the highlights. Of...
Best blooper reel from any film.
The We Are the Millers one's pretty good.
Yeah, that is good.
That is pretty funny. And I like some of the Adam Sandler ones.
Adam Sandler.
Like his 50 First Dates or...
Is there bloopers in that?
Yeah.
I've never seen... I love to go on a wee Adam Sandler binge. 50 First Dates.
A lot of people don't like him, but I know people who do not like Adam Sandler. But my favourite Adam Sandler film is Billy Madison.
I've never seen Billy Madison.
Please watch it. It is me and my friend Holly Bain. She'll never listen to this.
Holly
Bain. Always quote it to each other.
Oh,
it's so far fetched. When you go back and watch it, you're like, oh my god, what am I watching? But it's amazing.
I love Wedding Singer.
Wedding Singer is actually my favourite film of all time.
Is it?
Along with Something About Mary.
Something About Mary, what class? Wait, is Something About Mary the one where she gets sperm and she puts it in her hair? Yeah.
Magda, who has got the David Dickinson skin.
Yeah.
Do you like baseball? I like baseball.
Oh, it's just when the sperm's just hanging off his ear and he's like, oh, thanks.
Yeah.
And I remember being a kid and I was like, yeah, it's just goo. What is this about?
I feel like Ben Stiller in that film is still Ben Stiller in Along Came Polly. It's like similar.
Yes, Along Came Polly is when he zips his nuts.
Yes.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Oh.
But so good. And then Dodgeball. Ben
Dodgeball.
Stiller. Oh.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Oh, what's the 4 Ds?
Dip, dodge, duck, dive.
And dodge.
Yeah. But it's hard to believe that, I don't know if they're still married now, but they did get divorced at a point, but his real wife was the blonde from Dodgeball.
Oh, yes. Maybe. I hope so.
Yeah, they did get divorced at a point. I don't know if they got back together. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Breaking news.
Ding, ding, ding.
Ding, ding, ding. But yeah, Ben Stiller, Adam Sandler, classics.
Yeah, Liar, Liar.
Oh, that's
the blooper reel
one.
in that one. Oh.
Jim Carrey. Classic Jim Carrey.
Got big boobs. I want to squeeze them. I remember that basically was my personality for about a year. Well, maybe now, so I don't know. But like as a kid, because you just imitated what you've seen on.
Yeah.
So like there were so many times I quoted like really inappropriate things from Liar Liar.
Yes.
Like really inappropriate.
Liar was kind of marketed as like a kid film.
Yes.
But it really wasn't. Whereas I knew at the age of 7, I watched, I don't know if you've ever seen it, Romeo and Michelle's High School Reunion.
No.
It is with Lisa Kudrow. And it's such and I watched Billy Madison and The Wedding Singer. And the reason why I was obsessed with The Wedding Singer as a child is we would go to my auntie's for sleepovers. And she had this flat and she had a big DVD, VHS like closet.
Yeah.
Just a standard 1-bedroom flat. Let's not get excited. But she turned like the cupboard into DVDs or VHSs back then. And every time she would come in the room, her name's Linda. Yeah. And in The Wedding Singer, the kid goes... Adam Sandler's ex-girlfriend's called Linda. And
you a bitch!
Yeah, Linda, you're a bitch. So every time she would walk into the room, we would replay that moment again and again and again. And we would hold on that, my brother and I would hold on that moment. And my auntie would walk in and then we would go home and repeat the lines of these films. And my gran eventually was like, sorry, like what? So I got banned from those 2 films because I kept repeating the lines. And yeah, they weren't very pleased with me for that.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Oh,
But I knew those were inappropriate, whereas
You did.
Liar Liar was a child's film.
That scene where the woman comes in the elevator, and he's now lost the ability to lie because his son's made the wish, and he's like, new to the building? Yep. It would have been real nice because you got big boobs. she's like, I mean, I want to squeeze him. I mean,
And it just gets
it just gets.
progressively
I was like,
progressively worse.
I just thought I just did that to so many women when I was 7. You got big boobs.
Carol's like, oh my God, yeah.
Man.
Anyway, welcome back to another
Token
episode.
one for the time.
I know, it's been a while.
We seem to get a run of guests. I'm thankful for all our guests.
Yeah.
And then you're going around looking bannisters getting COVID.
I know. Why is that still a thing? It's 2024.
I don't know. How did you test? How
With
did
the tests.
yeah? How far up your bum did you go to get this swab?
Pretty far up the
yeah.
up the old
How many knuckles?
two. It lit up like a Christmas tree.
Oh.
I genuinely didn't believe I had it, to be honest. And then I was like, no, like I just feel lethargic and stuff because I went to Adele in Munich and obviously
Which looked amazing.
Oh, we'll get into that.
Nice.
But on the plane home and stuff, I didn't feel great. So I was off work on the Thursday. Went back the Friday and went, oh, it's fine. Like, I'll be fine. My friend had her child's first birthday on the Saturday.
Damn kids.
We went down to that, came back, and which, by the way, I said to Chloe when I was down at this child's first birthday party that we need to get more friends because I've never seen a 1-year-old so popular in my life.
There's other 1-year-olds there.
No, it was like, well, there was some little kids there, but
Okay.
it was predominantly, I was like, this is so popular, Hannah. I thought I was doing her a favour by don't go down to Glasgow for her child's birthday. I didn't need to be there.
No.
Hannah,
No,
like
first birthdays.
Hannah did say predominantly it's family. She's got a big family, but it was in a rugby club.
A rugby club.
Her child's birthday party. It was amazing, but it was weird not having kids, and you're sat watching kids.
Did you drink?
My friend had a pint, and I didn't drink because I thought Chloe might want. It was in Glasgow, so I thought Chloe might want me to share the drive-in, so I didn't drink. I should have. Mistakes were made. I didn't need the drink, though. It was fun
No, I'm going to put this out there. I'm going to ask the audience: is it okay
to drink.
to drink at a 1-year-old's birthday
Wow,
party?
my friend Keith.
Because I would say yes.
Well, it was a rugby club, so they had a bar, but he went up right away and went, because obviously he drove with us, we took him. He was like, yeah, I'll have a pint of Tennent's, please. And I was like, you're the only person in this room with an alcohol. He's like, I don't care. He's like, I don't have a kid. And then he did say that he felt really weird as a male adult with no child at a child's birthday
Dude,
party.
it's the weirdest.
It is strange.
Again, talked about this. I'm for Uncle Sean to my own nieces and nephews, but also to my friends' kids. And going to, we obviously me and Amy get invited to their birthdays and like 2, 3, whatever, so on and so forth. So there's a lot of young kids, and then they're like, Uncle Shawnee, come play with me. I'm like, aye, okay. And then you're then playing with all of these kids, and they're like, oh, which one's yours? I'm like,
None of them.
none of them. They're like, do you work here? I'm like, no. I'm friends with her. Like, she's 3. I'm like, well, what it is.
Yeah, so I thought that was really weird, but I do want to know if it's appropriate to drink at a birthday party or not.
First person party.
I can speak there.
Jeez,
Is it appropriate to drink at a 1-year-old's birthday party?
I'm going to say yes.
Yeah, I'm going to say yes because it was at a rugby bar.
Yeah.
But if it was just at somebody's house or at like a local sports centre, I'm going to say nil point.
There was a bouncy castle there in a sports centre. You can't get drink at a sports centre anyway.
No, exactly.
You shouldn't be bringing your own
Smuggling
drink.
your own tent.
One thing we could... Yeah, we should,
Hip flask at a 1-year-old's party.
You shouldn't be bringing your own drink.
No.
That's fair.
Yeah.
If there's a bar there and it's open, I think this is your lovely lady.
Sean, okay, pause.
I shall not cut.
We interrupt this podcast. Sean's got a very special message about passive aggressive behaviour.
Private car park. Private designated space. Whoops.
So for context, my car park's getting resurfaced, as I like to call it.
Motherfuckers.
They've been working on it for 2 weeks. So,
Have you seen any people working on it?
well, this is the thing. So see the day it was like really, really heavy rain.
But that's been the past week.
Well, no, but like particularly Tuesday.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So yesterday, really, really heavy rain, no work. Next minute, a Portaloo gets delivered. But they've been doing no work. I feel like they've been doing work like a Tuesday Wednesday, apart from that one day.
Okay.
In the last 2 weeks.
Right.
Then half day on a Thursday, but Monday and Friday, nothing is done.
Nada.
But there was a group of them in today. It was the most I've ever seen because my spare room where I work outlooks the car park.
Yeah.
And there was about 6 of them, but they were just standing in a weird like circle, like having circle time, smoking fags and just kind of looking at their work.
For our American audience, that's cigarettes.
Yeah.
Not a whole-
I keep saying that.
not a
I
whole
really
line of-
should stop that. That is not token behavior. That is awful.
Just sitting there smoking fags.
They're just smoking cigarettes, just admiring their work. And I just wonder if that's like contractor, if that's what you do. You work a little, you live a little, you work a little, you live a little.
You might put maybe a brick down, look at it, go, that's a good brick. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. But anyway, so they're doing that. But Sean got a really passive aggressive typed note.
I think there
to
must
say
have a
it's
few of
private.
them.
Yeah, they've been going around just sticking them on.
Yeah. In fact, there's a load of cars around there that says it's a private
Yeah.
label, blah, blah, blah.
But to that, I say people should really just get a life.
Just a free for all, man.
Going around putting notes on cars.
I would do that.
Would you?
Nah, I don't know.
We just didn't want you to get Chloe came back in from work and didn't want Sean to get blocked in and took a photo and was like, "Is this your car?"
Yeah, no,
So Sean's went and moved it. So
I
we
went
took
and
a
moved
break
it to somebody else's space.
from one private car parking spot to another. But yeah, we were talking about kids' first birthday parties and if it's acceptable to drink.
I think, yeah, especially if you're a parent.
I think if you're the parent, you deserve a drink.
Yeah.
But it is very weird to be. But anyway, it was a good fun day out. And anyway, came back. Then I didn't feel too great on the Sunday, neither did Chloe. And come the Monday, I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
And then we tested. I was like, Chloe, I think I'm going to test. And she was like, oh, you won't have COVID. You'll just have a bit of a bug or something.
Yeah.
And no, it lit up like a Christmas tree.
I've never had it.
I've had it. This is my 4th time having it.
Jeez.
I am COVID susceptible. This is my 4th go around.
Yeah, I think, how did Amy have it? I think she maybe had it once or twice. And Amy doesn't get sick.
No, yeah.
Doesn't get
I
sick.
get everything going. They're just Chloe. Get sick, really.
No?
Not really.
You seem like a...
I'm a sicky person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you're a
No.
you're a hanky person.
Yeah.
You've got hunkies up your sleeve.
I'm a low immune system. We'll get anything that's
Yeah.
in the vicinity. It's never, the first time I had COVID, it wasn't too bad. Second time was terrible. Third time, progressively, I think it gets worse. But your videos were really funny because it is very 2020 to begin. But who gets it in 2024, 4 years on?
I know. Maybe
Yeah.
monkeypox, dude. That's
scary.
I re-registered
scary.
my Xbox Gold account in preparation because I was
For
like,
monkeypox.
mate, honestly, the Call of Duty Warzone, I wasn't working. I couldn't even. My grass looked great. I was lawning that every morning, watering it, did all the garden pieces. Did it. Poor Amy sitting there working 4 days, getting worked 5 days, got paid 4. I was just on playing Call of Duty Warzone, baby.
I got furloughed as well during COVID.
I didn't get furloughed though.
Oh, you just.
I had no job.
Oh yeah, of course. So see, you just were like, I got furloughed and I found The Sims 4.
Amy is a Sims 4 gal.
Well, I started playing it when I had the COVID recently, and I have just spent all my money on all the expansion
Packs. Every so often, right? Me and Amy, we've never argued about money. Never. We have a joint account. Money goes in there.
Yeah.
Mine's hers. Hers is mine.
That's lovely.
We've never argued about it from day dot. Very rare. We'll discuss our purchases. Mm-hmm. And Amy's usually very frank. We need this for the house. Blah blah blah. I can say no. I can veto it, and vice versa. She can veto it or say no to what my purchases may be. At no point in time has anything ever came up where we're like, "Can I have a da-da-da-da?" You know what I mean? Like,
It's always just been like, okay, just go do it.
yeah, this needs done.
Apart from your smelling salts. Remember when
No.
you bought the smelling salts?
No, Amy
but
doesn't-
you're not allowed access to the Amazon.
Oh yeah,
that's
yes,
different.
yeah. No, I'm not allowed to buy things.
Yeah, but you allowed them.
I'm allowed them.
Yeah.
I don't need permission to buy things.
No, yeah.
Do you think Amy gave me permission to buy smelling salts?
Yeah.
Nah, like she's just like, do you need these? I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah. She's like,
Okay.
all right.
Yeah.
The only time Amy's ever been like that with me is Sims expansion packs. So she'll come up and she'll be like, Sean, can I get the Halloween expansion pack for Sims? I'm like, yeah, like why? How much is it? It's £95. No, it's not.
Yeah.
But it's like a mental amount of money
It's insane.
for an expansion pack.
Yeah, some of the stuff as well. I'm not really going to bore our audience because it's not. I don't feel like it's our audience's vibe. But some of the stuff as well should have been included in the base game.
You a Sims 3 girl?
Yeah, I much preferred the Sims 3, but
I hear this all the time.
Sims 4. It just had even the university expansion pack, which I got during the COVID debacle of 2024.
Damn.
Isn't as fun as the Sims 3 one.
No.
And I think if you've got fond memories of the Sims 3, you will not enjoy the Sims 4. But I have gotten into it. But Chloe was absolutely killing herself laughing when one night I was like, no! So I had these Sims and I thought I bought a fire alarm for the kitchen. And I bought a thermometer instead. So I bought because I've got the Sims 4 seasons because you have to pay money to have rain and snow in the Sims. And then £35 to have rain and snow. Anyway, whatever. I got it cheap, right? Whatever.
Cheap.
And then so I put in a thermometer, right? And then with this new version of the Sims, your Sims have fears.
Oh.
Because every person has fears, but you have to pay to have fears. So my other Sim has a fear of death and a fear of fire.
No smoke alarm, baby.
So, and I thought I had all the equipment. So the Sim's learning to cook over the stove and goes up in flames of fire. The other Sim, I'm hitting extinguish to save the other Sim, would not do it because they had a fear of fire and death. And I'm trying to get the other Sim to call the 911, obviously it's very American, would not do it. Was just standing going, because the other Sim burnt to death.
Because there's no thermometer.
Because there's no fire alarm. It was a thermometer. Because I was like, I bought...
there was a thermometer. No
yeah, I was like, Chloe, I bought a fire alarm and I'm going on build mode and looking and I went, oh, it's a bloody thermometer. So that's the adventure I've had.
Is it crazy that you would do more to make your Sims house look the shit than your own house?
Oh, that's what I'm saying. I'm doing more for these Sims careers than I am my own. I'm so invested. Chloe's like, why don't you do the cheat for the money? And I'm like, no, they're going to make it.
Okay, they're going to...
Chloe's like, why don't you buy a pool? I was like, I don't have the money for that.
Do you know how much money it takes to heat that thing?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm like, and they're getting bills by the daily. Like, you seem to get an awful lot of bills delivered. I was like, what? Anyway, so that was my deep dive for a week. So I go through a period. I don't know if Amy's the same, where you play and then you stop and then you forget it's on your PC. Then you play again. And then another expansion packs come out and you're like, oh, will I take my Sims on vacation? Ooh. Snowy escape. Ooh.
Treat yourself. Amy's a little bit like that. Amy's a bookworm, proper bookworm.
Yeah.
Like, I can't remember some magical dragon sex vagina thing she's reading right now. I can't remember what it's called. It's out of the rave.
Is that the Rosen thing one?
Oh, probably. I don't know.
Okay. Keep continuing.
But Amy's not she's not looked up from her Kindle. I'll bring her water and snacks, and she'll get comfy. She'll get comfy on the sofa, get comfy in the bed, wherever she's reading. That'll be it, and then I'll be like, all right, I'll go and waste some of my time as well, and I'll play Xbox. I don't. Not that I don't get to play Xbox. I don't have time to play Xbox, but I know if I played Xbox when she wasn't reading a book, I'd be getting shit.
Yeah, but while she's reading, it kind of frees you up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
I do like the strategy. I want to know if anyone else has the veto thing, because you did tell me about that before, and I used that when we were furnishing this house. I said to Chloe, right, here's the strategy. You get one veto, and I get one veto.
And you've got to play that veto card
wisely.
Wisely, because I think Amy uses my veto card against me. Because she's like, you just have an old man's smoking room kind of looking. I was like, yeah, but crimped leather? Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah. And she's like, no. Veto.
To be fair, Amy has got impeccable taste. Amy's got... I don't like to do the things that Amy suggests. But when I do them, I'm like...
You've said that before about anything. You don't like getting told what to do.
Fucking fantastic.
But then when interior design-wise, are you like, fair?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But also no, because I have to then do it.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Amy's like,
I've bought all this.
No, I've got a vision.
Oh.
It's brickwork in this bloody fireplace. Holy. And after I got it done, even her dad gave me it looks good. I was like,
I've made it.
and then she's like, I'm thinking shelves at the side, like shelves from wall to wall from the fireplace with some cabinets coming there with a worktop. I'm like, what the fuck? Why?
Just leave it at the bricks.
There's always a job to get done.
I've seen your house. And I feel like you should let Amy do whatever she wants.
I do.
I know you do, but I'm just saying that.
It means I have to do it.
I know.
Or her dad has to do
look
it.
at the end product. It is nice.
But those Sims aren't going to service themselves.
Well, exactly. Well, I mean, she can still play her Sims. It'll be you that's doing the work.
Yeah, I am the Sim.
Yeah.
I am the Sim.
You are the. Yeah, she plays you like a Sim.
She plays me like a Sim.
She just clicks you and is like, build cabinet.
Build swimming pool. Amy, when she does it, she gets everything like symmetrical. She's like down to the granular detail of it.
See, I've had this conversation about I'm more into their lives than I am the house.
Amy's a builder.
Yeah, that's Chloe.
I
asked Chloe to build me a house and she got halfway through and then went, I can't be bothered. I've gone too deep into it. So I had to finish it off and she went, oh, that looks all right. I was like, well, it works now.
Amy's got like fleets of houses.
Yeah.
That's what she's into.
Yeah. So that's been my life, was really that. But I will say Adele was insane. Like,
It looked
really good fun.
It was really fun.
It was worth getting the COVID for. But I will say German crowd, dead. Like, not.
No. I thought they would have been. Like, they've got Rammstein.
Yeah, no. I don't know if it's because we're used to like Scottish crowds or what, and the whole here we F and go thing. Yeah. But obviously that probably wouldn't apply to Adele, that part. But I did see Adele in Glasgow and it was fantastic. I understand she got a lot of sad songs. I don't know if it was the section we were in or what, but we went in and there was an older woman next to Chloe that was like, how long have you been in Munich? Typical German woman. And Chloe was like, oh, just a couple of days. And she was like, is this your first time seeing Adele? And Chloe was like, no, it's not. I've seen her in Birmingham before. And the woman was like, oh, it's my first time seeing her. And then proceeds to be stone-faced. So Adele comes on, the audience get up and are like, woo, Adele. And the woman goes, standing ovation already. She hasn't even sang. And was just like, it records the whole show.
Yeah.
Show ends, and minus, you could really tell who the Brits were because they were double parking their drinks coming into the show. There was like Aperol Spritzes, wines. Anyway, she had a whole world set up.
Yeah.
She had Spice Girl Experience, was her support act on another stage, which were a Spice Girls tribute act.
What?
Then she had karaoke, where you scanned the QR code and you could go up and sing. There's an amazing 14-year-old boy singing her songs. It was amazing. And then that was open till 1 a.m. There was bars everywhere. The most efficient thing I've ever seen. There was a Ferris wheel. There was an I Drink Wine bar. There was her merch. It took an hour to get into her merch in the blistering heat.
Ooh.
She had all of her Grammy dresses there. It was really cool to see. She had like a whole shop set up. It was... For a concert, it was the biggest setup I've ever seen. I understand why it cost 100 million to build it.
What?
It cost 100 million. It's a portable stadium. They built it for Adele. It's purpose built, kind of like the ABBA Voyage Stadium.
So where was the concert? In Munich. But
in Munich.
Where did they build it?
So they built it beside the Olympic Park.
So they just need like a massive car park.
Well, it's just they had it set up for something else before. But it's no longer there. It was like the Olympics or something in like 1972.
Oh, right. So you have to have like a stadium first to then build all this bits onto it.
No, they built her a stadium. They built her a stage. It was called Adele World, and she was like, just to let you guys know, I didn't name this. They know I like the Spice Girls and obviously Spice World, so they called it. But they built this fully built, purpose built. In just a massive area of Munich.
Is she going to tour with this thing?
No. But what they're saying is she's going to take a break. She could... Obviously, it's set for Adele. Yeah. Because all the branding is Adele.
Yeah.
But this stage, it costs 100 million and it can be moved around. So they think that other people will start using this now.
Adele World. Ooh.
But they'll obviously rebrand it. Whatever, like U2 World. It could be anything.
What world would you want to see?
Fleetwood Mac World?
Oh.
What would you want to see? Dragon Ball Z World?
I wouldn't mind that, actually. Yeah. Now you've said that.
But it like, I can understand why it cost 100 million to build, but there was obviously like, that can all be taken apart and moved to another location, whether it be Vienna, Austria, Berlin, London. I just don't think
100 million's not very efficient, is it?
Not if they're not going to reuse it, because that's why I was so confused, because she had 10 shows in Munich in total. So all that for 10 shows, and I understand the kind of price of the tickets.
How much did you pay?
Ours were like 300 euros each.
Holy!
Yeah. And that wasn't even the best sections. That was like
300 schmackaroos.
Yeah, so to stand...
You looked like you were quite close.
So
like you were decent seats.
Yeah, like I'm actually glad at where we sat, because if we'd sat in section A, which was seated as well, we wouldn't have saw anything with people standing in front. But because we were slightly tiered back, we could see the stage, and she had obviously those massive screens as well, which helped. I think she got a world record for the biggest screens ever.
How can you get a nip slip of that thing?
Wow, that's what she was so worried about. She was like, don't let anyone see it in my dress at the last show. But yeah, obviously really expensive. But I can get it with all the bars and things that she had there. And like, I will say with like the blistering heat, people were going around with like ice cream and things like that. So it was good to be able to stay hydrated in a way, with like the juice and things and beers on offer. But yeah, German crowd were dead. You could tell who the Brits were, because they would come in double parked. But minus Chloe and I and a couple other people in our section, no one was singing. And the songs that they sang to were Chasing Pavements, which is her... Oh, should I give up or should I just keep chasing pavements?
Should I give up
or should I just That's her biggest hit in Germany.
Pavements? Is it?
Mm-hmm. She's like said like, oh, so they sang along to that, and then Someone Like You.
Someone like you.
And then when her encore was Rolling in the Deep.
I don't know.
And she would be like,
Rolling.
That's Tina Turner. Rolling on a River. Yeah, that's Tina Turner. Proud Mary. That's a great song.
Fucking weddings and that fucking song.
Wedding songs. We'll get onto that in a second. But so the encore, she was like, right, your turn, sing. Well, that's not really her voice, but dead. And she was like, rubbish, ladder. And then she would like demand, no, they would not sing. So then the end of the show, and the typical German woman next to Chloe was like, oh, so, you know, what, did you enjoy that? And I thought she said, yes, what a gift Adele has. Like, what a gift.
Yeah, she, I mean, very talented.
No. She said, I got it as a gift. Meh, it was okay.
She got it as a gift?
Yeah. So she recorded the whole concert on her phone. That phone was constantly out. And she just went, meh.
Jeez.
It was a gift. Like,
that's some gift, man.
I
if
know.
you pay 300 odd euros.
Getting that as a gift. So yeah, apparently did have a great time. Yeah, I will take any gift that's Adele related. But yeah, apparently wasn't arsed at all. So I just was a bit like, really, but no one was like going out of their mind. Even when she got onto the stage, no one was like, oh my God, it's Adele.
Yeah.
You know, like when you go to, I feel like whenever I go to concerts, I'm that like little kid that is
transported.
Yeah. And going, oh my God, like it's especially like someone of that level.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
a Busted.
Yeah, like a Busted.
Or McFly.
Like a McFly, sure, yeah. So yeah, but while we were in Munich, we went on a walking tour.
On a walking tour?
Yeah. And I just want to know, I feel like you would be these people, but I feel like it's not a British thing to do.
Okay.
So we met these two Americans on the walking tour.
Okay.
And then they were like to Chloe, are you excited? And she was like, yeah. And they were like, oh, we're on our honeymoon. All of our friends.
We're traveling Europe right now.
Yeah. Well, no, they just went to Bavaria and then went there. But her parents are from German descent, obviously. Yeah, like that kind of thing. So within the first 5 minutes, so we just got chatting to them. Chloe more than I'm like obviously always super reserved, but I was like, oh yeah, like yeah, it'll be great, blah blah blah. And they're like, yeah, it's so funny, like all of our friends are going to like Jamaica and things on our honeymoon, and everyone was like, oh my God, why would you want to go to Germany?
Germany, I would love to go.
And I was like, amazing, why not? Like amazing. So within the first 5 minutes, they were like, Chloe and Shannon, do you guys want to get lunch? And I was just like, do you know what? Why not? Yeah.
Is it a gift?
I thought by the end of the walking tour that they would go, actually, you know what? I'm not bothered. But no, they wanted to go to lunch with us. So off we went to lunch with them.
Nice.
And we had a nice, lovely time at this German beer hall.
Yeah.
And then they were like, oh, do you guys want to like meet up again before we leave? Like, blah, blah, blah. Like, how long? And I was like, oh, well, we can't tomorrow because we're going to see Adele. And they were like, oh my God, amazing. So then they were like, I'll tell you what, add us on Instagram, blah, 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 blah. And sure enough, they did message us to be like, are you then free to meet up the Sunday? So we had dinner with them on the Sunday.
Where did you go? What do you have?
We went to the because everything's shut on a Sunday in like Germany at night. Most things are shut.
Was it?
Yeah, they shut all the shops and everything
man.
at certain times. Vienna's the same, but we ended up at like the town hall. They had their own restaurant.
Okay.
Guy absolutely hated us. Could not give us a worse service if he tried. But we had a lovely time with them and they loved it.
What was their names?
Their names were Tyler and Lisa. She was a kindergarten teacher. Yeah, like genuinely, I was like, it just shows you, like, typically I would be like, do you know what? You're all right. Like, no, I don't want to do that. I probably would say yeah and hope that they would say no. At the end. But it just shows you, like, it was so lovely.
Some of the best stories I've got is this like, random photo of me and Amy. Yep, fuck it, let's go.
Yeah.
I mean, you can end up in a hostile situation.
Yeah.
Part 1, 2, or 3.
Yeah.
Losing your Achilles or your eyeball. But, you know.
I feel like you would go,
Yeah.
do you guys want to come and do this?
Yeah. Like.
I feel like that's your vibe.
Yeah.
I just thought of you when I was there.
Yeah, that's nice.
I was like to Chloe, Sean would probably do this.
Yeah. And what, but did you get bucketed with them? Did you get trampoline? Did you get on the sauce with them?
Yeah, we had a few beers, yeah.
And
we weren't trashed or anything, we had a few beers. It was the afternoon.
so?
I know, but...
day drinking, baby.
Yeah, we had to like 2 of the big steins, the 1 litre beers.
Yeah.
And then we had like, when we met back up, we had a couple things. But yeah, it was good.
It is. Yeah.
But it wasn't like, we weren't like boozing with them.
How do we party? If I had been there, I'd be like, guys,
We're out.
let's go find some discotheque.
Yeah. the discotheque?
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my little story from Munich.
Munich. It looked nice.
It was a nice city as well. The only thing, they had gone to the concentration camp while we had gone to Adele. I know, talk about honeymoon experience.
Yeah.
But to be fair, the things that they had told us about it, I think if I had more time, I would have gone to it. But we didn't have enough time.
What was the concentration camp?
Dachau?
Dachau.
Is that the one?
Dude.
Yeah, it's really sad, awful.
Terrible.
But yeah, it was really, really good. But yeah, what have you been up to?
Me. Yeah. Apart from Amy's DIY projects.
Playing The Sims.
Playing The Sims.
Playing your Xbox.
Playing my Xbox. It's heaps of jiu-jitsu, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah. There's a massive guy, Big Robert, Polish guy. I love sparring with him, but he's like 140 kilos.
Okay.
For context, I'm 71 kilos.
Oh, God.
He's twice my weight. And he throws me like an empty bag of tatties.
Yeah, he's just like, whatever.
He leant on, I was trying to get out of his guard. That's a term that nobody really cares about. But I was trying, and he entrapped my toes between his calf and his hamstring and just sat on it.
Oh my God.
And I couldn't get out. I was like, I can't.
Did you have to go tap tap?
No, I didn't. I
Okay.
eventually got my toes out, but I'm pretty sure I've dislocated one of them in the process of it. But Amy's like, that's so homoerotic, the things that you're doing.
Yeah, I feel like people probably write, do you know, like fan fiction or like fantasy fiction, like short stories online.
Okay.
So people used to take like One Direction and write these little fan fictions about them, about like Harry and Louis being together. I feel like there's someone out there that writes this, but about jiu-jitsu. Do you call yourself players? I don't know.
Players.
No, what do you call yourself? Do you like jiu-jitsu people? I don't know. Practitioners.
I don't know.
Well, anyway, I think somebody out there probably is writing about people who do jiu-jitsu in that like homoerotic way.
Butt naked.
Yeah. It's probably like using the lines of, and he took my blue belt and...
My blue belt. Wrapped around my neck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, just jiu-jitsu, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, just been cute to do that. Went to go and see that. Deal was, I went and seen Deadpool versus Wolverine. Loved it. It was great. I feel like there's another film I wanted to go and see. And then Amy's like, oh, I want to go and see Starts With Us.
It Ends With Us.
It Ends With Us. Actually, that makes more sense. Mm-hmm. So, book about it and stuff like that.
Yeah, I just read the book.
Did you?
Yeah.
Apparently, there's a part 2 of it, so it didn't really end with it.
Called Starts With Us.
Oh, is that what it is?
You were on the right page.
Okay. Oh, page, I like it. On a book. Ooh. And I just, as soon as it started, I was like, I'm going to fall asleep. 10 minutes.
You're gone.
Good snoozy. Woke up. Try to remember the bit when I woke up.
That's not the film to fall asleep.
Because there was a lassie, a young-ish lassie. She must be like late teens, early 20s. And she must have read the book and quite invested with her boyfriend. Boyfriend, I think he was snoring as well. And I had woken up it's not really spoilers, so if you it's a bit of like domestic abuse about the book.
Which they're not showing in their marketing campaign, but that's a whole other story.
Yeah, I know. I did see a thing about that. So I had woke up and there's a bit in the book. So Amy explained in the book, it's kind of alluded of what happened. It's never underlines what happened until post.
Yeah.
So I woke up and I went, geez, she fell. And Amy went,
no, she didn't.
No. And I was like, it looked like it. She goes, Sean, shut up. I was like, what is this film about?
I thought this was a rom-com.
I thought it was a rom-com.
Yeah, that's the problem.
And I was like, gosh, she keeps falling over and hurting herself and stuff.
I want to have like a full debrief with Amy about this because I explained the book versus the movie in great length to Chloe and she could not give less of a fuck.
Did you? So have you seen the film?
I've seen the film. I was really excited. So it came out while we were at Adele. So we watched it the Tuesday we got back.
Oh, right. Okay. So I fantastic. What a film. Great. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Honestly, I wish I never slept for that 10 minutes, although it was a good sleep.
Yeah.
But by the end of it, like, everybody was crying at it.
Yeah.
Like, and I was, there's a scene in it, and I was like, what's the guy's name?
Ryle. Or was it Atlas?
Atlas.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not gay.
I am, but I would.
I was thinking about this, right?
Very handsome.
Rugged. A rugged, handsome man.
Like very Western.
Yes. I could see him in like a lumberjack.
Yeah.
Smells of sawdust and kind of nice spicy cologne.
Yeah, Chloe, if you're listening, I would not. But I would.
Dude, I would suck his dick.
I don't know if I'd go that far. But
No?
No.
All right.
But that's great that you would.
At some points, there's certain people out there. Is the term is it intersex?
No.
Or no? Like, I'm a straight male. I was gonna call myself a straight white male there. I'm a straight dude.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter if he was a guy.
Yeah. You feel like he crosses sex, crosses genders. Yeah, sure, yeah.
So whether you're gay or straight or whatever,
yeah,
he's no longer
like you don't see him as a male, you just see him as an attractive person.
Yes.
Is that what you're trying to get at?
Yes.
Yes, definitely not intersex, but that's a whole other thing.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'd be into that sex.
Yeah.
Is that what I mean?
You'd be into that sex. That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Maybe they come out with a new term. Trademark. Put that in the flag.
Copyright.
And that's what I wanted to ask you, boys, if you had seen the film, which is obviously yes, you read the book, yes. So Atlas, are you gay for him?
I would be.
Are you straight for him?
Yeah, I would be. I thought he was I thought he was cast really well.
Oh, is he? Okay, I've not read the book.
Yeah, so I read this is the only time, I'm not a big reader. I've been trying to get into reading.
Okay.
And I bought,
audiobooks, dude. That fucking
but I bought that as a way of getting into reading.
First,
I know.
Start with Harry Potter or something.
I can't get past the first page of Harry Potter. It's not for me. Can't. Sorry, GK, can't do it. But
Chapter 1: The Boy Who Lived.
I usually like biographies because I'm nosy. Like autobiography, sorry, is the term. Because I'm really nosy, and I thought, let me try and get away from this. Like, Chloe bought me 3 books because I bashed on about It Ends With Us and I couldn't wait to see the film, right? So she bought me that and I thought, this is the first time I've ever seen a movie and had read the book beforehand.
Okay.
Usually I'm that person that's clueless in films when people go, that's not the same as the book. And I go,
You know what? Fuck you guys.
yeah. I'm like, I don't know the book. Like Hunger Games, people are like, oh, she didn't actually do that in the Hunger Games. She did this, and this. And I'm like, don't know, works for me. Katniss is doing her thing. I don't care.
Yeah.
So this is the first time I've read the book before seeing the film. And it was good. And it was great, but the marketing campaign was so bad.
So what should the marketing campaign be? You got your head on for marketing.
So personally,
what would you have done?
So the problem that happened is people now want transparency
Okay.
with celebrities
Okay.
and with advertising. People are a lot more switched on. What they tried to create was a mix of, Barbie and Oppenheimer.
Yes.
But that was kind of naturally created because they were polar opposite films.
Yes.
And it naturally leaned into each other. They have tried to do that with Deadpool and Wolverine, and it ends with Us. So they had Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds turn up to the premiere, and they had Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds interview Atlas.
Yes, I seen that
With Ryan Reynolds' mum.
and he was like,
because he is married to Blake Lively.
Yeah.
During this time, she also launched a hair care line, which she's been working on for 7 years. And look, I've got nothing against Blake Lively before people come for me.
she seemed
neutral party, don't know anything, right? Just as from a purely marketing perspective. So the character in the book is called Lily Bloom.
What's her full name?
Lily Blossom Bloom.
What? But
Right.
so at that point, I had woke up in the film and
And you were like, sorry,
oh,
what's her name?
rom-com.
Yeah. So her and the author, she launched her hair care line. She also had a non-alcoholic drinks called Betty Buzz.
Betty Buzz. Okay.
So then she was launching an alcoholic version of it. Betty something else. I might have got those mixed up, but
Betty Boozer.
yeah. So the alcoholic version might have been called Betty Buzz anyway,
Okay.
but she had non-alcoholic drinks to start with, right?
Roger.
Those were out at the premiere.
Of
The film. The carts with her branding were there.
Okay.
So she's getting a lot of backlash because her and the author, she launched the hair care line, she launched the booze during this. And her and the author, their marketing spiel was grab your florals, grab your girls, and come down to the cinema. Now, you having seen the film is about, non-spoilers, domestic violence.
Yeah.
They had the opportunity to really lean into something serious. The original poster was just a white poster with the cast. The edited version was a photo of her with all the florals.
Yeah.
Not sure if you've seen it.
Yeah.
What I would have done,
buses and stuff as well. And
what I would have done as a marketer is the director of the film, apparently they've fallen out. There's a big thing about that.
Oh, really?
He had one vision, she had another. He had the rights to the book and has been working on this since 2019.
Wow.
Apparently she stepped in, she got Ryan Reynolds to rewrite scenes, etc., etc. And there's a whole thing about that. I don't know whether to believe with that, but he would go around in interviews. They would interview them separately.
Yeah.
And he would wear a domestic violence pin and speak about domestic violence. Now, what I would have done as a marketer was, I think during the film, I don't know if you noticed, but there wasn't any, in films where you see, if you struggle with domestic violence, call this line. I think they could have had a whole campaign around It Ends With Us. They could have produced their own website with a map. You could have clicked on your map and your region, and they could have had a list of support.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
And would have been like, in Scotland, if you struggle with domestic violence, here are some places you can go for help. If you're in LA, here are places you can go for help. They could have had like real live like testimonials from women anonymously around what this film and this book mean to them.
Yeah.
Because obviously people who suffer from domestic violence are not going to want to be interviewed or, probably a lot of them are like hiding from their partners. So yeah, I think they had a real opportunity to really lean into and actually help and educate people around domestic violence instead of steering it into a glittery
rom-com.
Yeah, and that's the thing is people now, with celebrities and brands, people now can see through that and go, she's using this film to promote her hair care line and her alcohol line, which is absolutely fine. Celebrities have to have other other revenue streams, but not during a domestic violence film. So that
Yeah.
therein lies. But yeah, I can imagine that's a very, very different film for you to watch.
Yeah,
But it was a great film. I honestly don't have anything.
I thought it was-
people
I
are
thought it
like
was
angry
fantastic.
about
Yeah,
it,
no,
but
no.
I don't have it. I thought the film was
And if anything, the fact that they've done the marketing incorrectly, they've now totally reversed the correctness, because people like us are talking, going, well,
yeah, absolutely. This film was still really great.
yeah,
And I didn't mind the differences between the book and film. I don't know if Amy did, but I didn't mind them.
I never asked actually.
So yeah, I thought it was. Chloe thought, obviously she's a social worker. She thought from her perspective and her like education on all these kind of things that it was a 6.5 out of 10. And for me, for somebody that works in that field and deals with those kind of topics, that's pretty okay on my standards.
6.4.
6.5.
6.5. 6.5.
But people are, I feel bad for Blake Lively because people are resurfacing a lot of her clips from 2016 and
What happened then?
like she was rude to interviewers and things like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then people are bringing up the fact that her and Ryan Reynolds got married on a plantation, which they have previously apologized for.
What do you mean they got married on a plantation?
So they got married on a slavery plantation in America.
on purpose?
Well, they were just like, oh, we had no idea, blah, blah, blah. We chose it because it's a beautiful venue, but when you're that high profile, you kind of need to do your research. So
Again, this is
team.
one of, you have a team to advise you and stuff like this. By the way, I noticed this when I was totally change the direction here.
Me drinking my juice.
How you drink your juice? You drink your
Like a
juice?
toddler?
Yes.
Yeah, Chloe says it all the time.
Because I was doing the edit on the podcast. I was like,
What the fuck? And I'm like,
I was like, is she alright? Is she like looking for help or something doing this podcast?
blink twice
Yeah.
if you see that. So yeah, what was the other film you wanted to see? So you watched
Oh, I was meant to go and see Twisted, but I haven't seen it.
Twister.
What did I say?
Twisted.
I say ice cream.
Yeah. Twister is the ice cream too.
Twisters. No, Twisters is plural.
Yeah.
Twist,
Because
yeah.
the original's Twister. Twister.
Yeah.
It's good.
Is it?
Yeah.
Apparently the soundtrack's better than the film.
Yeah, I
what's-
agree with that.
what's
The
your-
soundtrack's strong.
Is it?
Yeah.
What's your man's name?
Glenn Pebble.
Aye.
You like him.
Dude. I know I've said this before. I'm not gay, alright?
But
Another guy's dickheads suck.
you did say that after
Yeah.
we discussed Anyone But You when you saw that.
That was
That was great.
No,
that's
that's
still
a-
my favourite film of
that's
rom-com.
that's what I thought I was seeing with It Ends With Us.
Yeah.
I was going, where's the cheesy song and the
No.
no.
You.
Yeah, I was quite depressed.
DV, domestic violence.
Damn. Yeah. What else am I doing? I think I do so much I forget.
What you do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have like proper like mind fog or mind blank.
I joined a gym.
Shut up.
I have.
Doing where?
Doing where?
I meant to say doing what and where. Doing where?
Nuffield.
Nuffield. Oh yeah, the
Went
old
for-
Odeon Cinema.
Yeah, I went for a bougier thing so I could go swimming.
Ooh. Mm-hmm. Have you been swimming yet?
Yeah.
How many times?
4.
How long have you been at this gym for?
Before Adele. Just before Adele.
Okay.
But I obviously got COVID, so I'm forgiving myself. But I went for their health assessment.
Health assessment.
Right. So this is I want your take on this. Yeah. So as part of their membership, I originally just wanted to join a cheap gym, but then I was like, oh, do you know what? For Chloe got a discount because of her job and stuff, and managed to get me a discount anyway. So I was like, oh, do you know what? Let's.
Would you pay a month?
52.
That's not bad.
I
For a
was
pool.
For a pool, I
Yeah.
thought, because the other gyms were like 32
Yeah.
for no gym,
Yeah.
for no pool, for no gym.
For no gym.
I'd hope there was a
It's just
gym.
an empty-
It's just an empty building. You just pay to go.
People in their shorts sweating and grunting.
So as part of this, they do a 12-week health assessment,
okay.
and it's free as part of your membership. And they test you for diabetes. They check your cholesterol. They check your blood pressure, and then they give you a plan for the gym.
Okay.
So I thought, sign me up.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I went on Saturday, Sean. By the way, Chloe hasn't had this email, just me. So they clearly are like, you need it more than anyone else. So off I go. Chloe drops me off. The woman is half an hour late to come and get me from the cafe.
Oh, they meant Chloe.
No. The woman's half an hour late.
I thought you referred to Chloe as the woman.
so that they don't get a bad rep. But
Susan.
they're half an hour. Let's call her Susan, right?
Yeah.
Her half an hour late to come get me. So by they were like, just go sit in the cafe. She's running late. She's got another appointment. Now, I did know that these do take an hour to go through all the questions, right? Yeah. So I was waiting. And I'm like, that's half an hour now. Come on. Multiple people have passed me and not said a word. So I go up to reception. And I'm like, oh, excuse me. And she's like, oh, somebody not still came and got you. That's been ages. And I was like, yeah, I'm still waiting. So along comes this girl. Now, let me tell you, and this is not me being self-deprecating, took me 5 minutes to realise that she looks like the after, and I look like the before. Oh. We could be the same person on a marketing campaign, and I could be the before you've joined Nuffield, and she could be the after if you follow all their guidance. And I thought, fucking great. I've got Lara Croft, but she's blonde, coming to collect me, is like stick thin. And I was like, fucking fantastic. So I was like, don't I feel like the belle of the ball? So go up, and she's like, oh, just come up to the gym and sit in this room. And I thought, absolutely. But she's like, how are you today? And I was like, fine. And she's like, sorry about that. She's like, no one told me you were here. And I went, brilliant. Now, she did not want to be there. She did warm up, but she did not want to be there at all. So she's like, let me just get started, blah, blah, blah. She's like, I've got to ask all these questions. Some of them, if you don't want to answer them, don't bother, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, great. Now, I tried to throw at her joke after joke after joke.
Yeah.
Like what we do. Yeah. We've talked about this before. Yeah. She did not take me on at all. One of the questions was, how much do you move in a day? And I said, Susan, the question needs to be, how much do I sit on my arse? I was like, the question should be, how often do I sit down? I didn't say arse. I was like, how often do I sit down? And she just went, well, like I tell everyone, everything is in your control. That was her famous line the whole time. It's all in your control. And I went, yeah, it is. And my control is not great. So I was like, oh, to be honest, I work from home. Like, I'm sitting down most of the day. That's the problem. I'm not active. I was like, I get what the areas are. Then it was, how many like portions of fruit and veg do you think you have in a day? And I was like,
more than one.
More. I was like, yeah. I was like, no, about 4. She said, oh, that's great. That's brilliant. And then she said, how many do you have in a day? And I was like, I think it goes beyond the scale, Susan. I was like, this is why I'm in this position. And she went, well, let's just give a round number and we'll go from there. I was like, oh my God. And then one of the questions were, do you consider yourself an athlete? And I was like, Susan, if I cut both my legs and hands off, I wouldn't even be considered a para-athlete. I was like, I don't. Do I look like? I know it's a bit of a weird question, but do you consider yourself an athlete? And I was like, I would consider myself an anti-athlete. I was like, can you write that? And she was like, no. And I was like, no, I'm not. I'm not an athlete. No. And she was like, okay. And she's like, and another strange question. Do you consider yourself South Asian? She's like, I know it's weird. I just have to ask because your BMI changes if you're South Asian. The scale is slightly different than they changed their BMIs calculated in a different way.
Oh,
apparently.
Really?
So I just went, no, looked at my skin and I went, no, I'm not. Some of them I did answer like genuinely seriously. So I then came to doing like the diabetes test and I went, I bet you I've got diabetes. Guarantee. I was like, to be honest, Susan, I'm a bit nervous about this. I reckon I could be diabetic. And she was like, oh, right, okay. And then she does my readings and checks it all and she's like, no, you're fine. And she's like, now, do you have to tell your BMI is high? And I was like, Susan, it's not high, it's obese.
It's called the highest.
I was like, it's obese. And she was like, but everything else is fine. And like I said, everything is within your control. So yeah, that was my little health assessment. And then she was like, so what are your goals? And I was like, in life or in health? And she was like, what's your health goals? And I was like, oh, well, obviously I want to lose weight, get active, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, fit into my clothes would be nice. And I was like, most of my clothes now don't fit me because I just keep gaining weight. And she was like, right, okay. And she genuinely typed out on the form, fit into clothes as one of my goals. And then she's like, and how are you going to get there? And I was like, if I knew that, I didn't say this out loud, but in my head, I was like, if I knew that, I wouldn't be in this office. I would be doing it, wouldn't I?
Oh, yeah.
But I was like, I suppose. I was like, I'll do this and this and this. And then I was like, do you know what? I was like, Susan, it sounds really easy on paper. I was like, I know. I was like, I've had PT before. Like, I know how to do it. And I was like, I just really had the realization when I converted the kilograms that she weighed me into stone, that I'd put on 4 stone in 4 years.
That's pretty consistent. A stone a
Is
year.
it?
Stone a year.
I was like, I mean, yeah, woo.
That's pretty good.
If it was only the other way, it'd be great. Because
No,
I
it
lost
wouldn't be.
2 stone for COVID, and then I've since
For COVID, it was like
well, during COVID.
during COVID.
Yeah, because we had like a wedding to lose, like I had my friend's wedding to lose weight for, so I did that, did PT and everything, and then met Chloe and it all went to shit. And then it's like
Chloe's fault.
Well, I mean, she says that's harsh, but this is the cycle, Sean. As I go, oh my God, Chloe, I wonder if anyone else has this problem. I go, oh my God, Chloe, I'm so fat. Oh my God, nothing fits me, Chloe. Nothing fits me. She goes, oh my God, you're beautiful. Like, you're the most amazing person. You like you're stunning. And I'm like, the way she goes on is as if I'm basically a Victoria's Secret model. Yep. And like, let me tell you, Sean, if I'm a Victoria's Secret model, I'm their best kept bloody secret.
Ooh.
I'm like, no. And I'm like, no. I was like, oh no, I really. And Chloe's like, no. And then I go, then I calm down and go, great, let's have a Chinese. And then the cycle just starts again. So I'm trying to break the cycle.
Are you a fan of hard love? If somebody gave you hard love, how would you react to it?
I'd either take it or I'd cry. But I know what I need to do. I know I need to lose weight, Sean.
What do you need to do?
I need to move my body.
Yeah.
Yeah. And not just sit at a desk and go for like lunchtime walks. But I've been going for swims in the morning and then the gym at night.
Swims in the morning, lunch at night?
Before my work. I've been going
Oh,
for
not lunch. Lunch at night.
Gym at night.
This is where the problem is, Sean.
Yeah.
You're working out at night.
Yes.
What were you?
So I'm doing what she's recommended I do is split it up between your legs one day, your arms another, and then a cardio day. Just to start.
You should. Do you know what? Just nice and slow.
Yeah.
Don't
go full leather. No. I'm being realistic.
Don't get fucking obsessed. I'm
not
bad
saying
for it.
7 days. I'm saying 3 days to start with for consistency.
That's pretty good. What's your days? Monday, Wednesday, Friday?
Yes. Well, Monday, Thursday, Friday.
Monday, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like Wednesdays are not. I'm usually in the office on a Wednesday.
Yeah. Fridays, I don't like. I'm not a fan of Fridays.
I quite like it.
Do you?
Yeah.
In the morning, if you're doing it in the morning.
Yeah. And then like just round off your week before you head into the weekend.
I like a early Sunday.
Oh.
So I'll do jiu-jitsu Tuesday, Thursday. I maybe do like a light kettlebell bodyweight activity one day during the week, and then like a heavyweight session on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Just so I can walk around fucking pumped up all day.
Nice. I'm not gonna lie, I will never be a gym bunny because I find I don't know
Dude,
if the audience agree, but people who go to gyms are weird. They're like, but I got out swam the first time I ventured into swimming. It was by myself. Chloe didn't come. She's busy. And I went, I'm going to use this membership. I'm going to swim. I got out swam by a 70-year-old with a flotation device.
The
with a little floaty.
The 7-year-old had a floaty or you had a floaty?
This was the 70-year-old.
Okay.
And she outswam me.
Yeah.
And I was like, how?
But a floaty device, of course.
Yeah, but even the people that were like, I don't know, say 55 next to me were still swimming faster than I was.
Don't compare yourself.
I know, but I was
you
like...
against you, dude.
It's just you, that's nice.
That's you against you.
But yeah, I don't know if people agree, but gym people are strange.
They're getting stranger. They are getting stranger.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a council gym.
Nice.
Early in the morning, there's heaps of kids in there, man.
Yeah.
When I say kids are like 17 or 18.
Right, okay.
I feel old as shit.
Mm-hmm, that's the issue, yeah.
Old as shit. And a guy, I can't remember what I've got pigeon legs. Fucking, these legs could be hanging over the side of a nest. And I was squatting, I don't know what I was squatting. It wasn't like super heavy. It was maybe like 75 kilos or something like that. So I was squatting, racked him, and I always wear it. You can hear it, again, we've talked about this before. I'll jump from topic to topic all the time, but my eyes do the same.
Oh, like dart about.
Yeah. So I don't know if people think I'm having like a seizure or something, but if I'm driving, I'm like, hey, look at that pigeons over there. The nesting's so nice. Like, keep your eyes on the road. I'm like, oh yeah, of course. But so the same. So I always have my hood up, put my headphones in, just so I can just stay concentrated, get my work done, and then leave. And this kid came up to me. He's like, dude, you can lift loads for how skinny your legs are. And I was like, just got complex from a 17-year-old.
Kids deliver like the most brutal, harsh truths, don't they?
Quite so. Harsh truths. Yeah. I've got pigeon legs. Fucking deal with it.
You're like fine. I've got pigeon legs, but look at me do jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, you probably still kick my ass.
Yeah.
Anyways, like, people are like, you're at jiu-jitsu all the time. You must be really good. I'm like, I'm not.
Mama, I'm not. I'm trying.
Yeah.
Do you feel like the guy that throws you around that dislocated your toe from the earlier story, do you like training with people like that make you better? Or not really?
Yes and no.
Right.
So like there's so many different stages, I think, to the training part of it, where you need to train people at the same level as you, people who are better than you, and people who are worse than you.
Right.
I think you've got to train all those. And like people who are on the same level, so you can measure yourself. You're like, all right, I can feel this. They're trying to kill you and you're trying to kill them, kind of thing. And this is how a match would play out.
Okay.
Somebody who's maybe better than you will allow you to work through a transition, or give you an opportunity to sit there and think. You're not reacting, just think.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to be in this position, I need to be in that position, I need to react to this, or I need to defend that, I need to attack that, so on and so forth. And then they'll fucking just crumple you up like a beer can. You're like, ugh, I made a mistake.
They'll crumple you up.
And then people who are worse than you, who they can't think, and you can transition without the threat of them being able to attack you, because they're just not on the same level as you.
Yeah.
So you get better. You get better at all stages.
Okay.
It's just, I think that's what I like about jiu-jitsu. It's that I can't figure it out quick.
Okay. Whereas a lot of things you can like think ahead.
Yeah,
to,
yeah.
like,
I'm like, oh yes, it's probably this. Like,
yeah.
there's a certain base level when it comes to something like skiing or snowboarding. Once I get a half decent base fundamental,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. There's dire consequences. There's dire consequences for falling over and fucking
Yeah, of
shit up.
course.
But like,
And there's different slope levels.
different slope levels, but
But they're the same. You're still skiing down a hill,
yeah,
regardless if it's a diamond or black or.
correct. Where I think with something like jiu-jitsu or something like that, there's just variation upon variation upon variation. And like one of the coaches, Phil Powell, he's like, there's a counter to your counter to that counter. He's like, you got to like think a few moves ahead.
It's almost like a game of chess,
People link it to
but physical chess.
you sound like a jiu-jitsu practitioner.
I'm not.
You would enjoy it.
I did judo as a child.
You should go to Amag and Cove.
I actually did pass that because we went to this chipper in Cove beside it, right next to it. It's called Soul.
Oh yes, Rock Salt and Soul.
It's amazing.
It's good.
Spenny, but good.
Is it?
Really good quality.
Never
So
been in.
please gift me a free.
We'll give you a shout.
Yeah, we'll give you a shout out. Yeah,
You should go.
maybe I will.
You won't.
I actually might. I did.
I actually might.
I actually might. Because I did email about getting back into rugby. I might go join the Quines.
Oh, nice.
That's the one that I found.
Yeah.
But maybe I'll do jiu-jitsu instead. I just don't think I'd be very good at it.
Nobody's very good at it.
Okay. But
That's the thing.
you see me trying to set up a podcast mic and stuff. I don't think I'd be able to do the moves. I'd be like, sorry, which way did I go?
Yeah, everybody's like that.
Okay.
Everyone's like that. Which leg was? What did they say?
Yeah.
Like when
Will they have the patience for that, or will they just be like,
Yes, of course. There's kids
Drop.
classes.
drop your belt, your white belt?
Drop your belt. Jesus,
Well,
what-
like drop it at the
Why are
door
you
and
pointing a
leave.
gun at me and saying drop my belt?
It's weird. I don't know. Would they just be like, leave?
No way.
Your jiu-jitsu has come to an end.
Nah, no
You're
chance.
the weakest link. See you later.
Dude, they put up with me.
Okay. And why? Okay, so while we're on the subject, before we wrap up, I don't know what time we're on, but why did you choose that sport over all the other martial art ones? Is it just because that's what happened to come up, or did you have a special reason for?
Yeah, I had done jiu-jitsu before.
Okay, got you.
Just before COVID. I did maybe like 6 or so months of it
Got
before
you.
COVID, and then COVID happened. And like I've always been like a massive MMA fan.
Yeah.
Like not even just like UFC, like Pride, and like I'll watch Glory Kickboxing, or I'll watch ONE FC, or I'll watch Bellator,
Yeah.
or PFL. Da, da, da. Like I love watching fighting.
Okay.
And I used to box, and I did some Muay Thai before. And my brother's like, "Oh, you used to do Taekwondo." Taekwondo did that as well. And it's like you're getting the physicality, and you can spar
Okay.
immediately
Okay.
with jiu-jitsu. Boxing or kickboxing or Muay Thai, you can kind of spar a little bit, but like there's more. The dire consequences for getting hit in the face are way higher when it comes to boxing or Muay Thai or kickboxing
Yeah.
or getting kicked in the face. Like, can you get hurt? Of course you can get hurt in jiu-jitsu.
But how do you protect your face? Because you've got, obviously, people who don't know, Sean's got a massive bruise on his arm from jiu-jitsu. They were talking about it before the podcast. But I've never seen you with a bruise on your face.
I've had them.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just makeup.
Okay. Maybelline.
No,
Woo!
yeah.
Cover girl.
Yeah. Just get my palette coloured or whatever.
Just get your makeup artist Amy to hide it. But no, you have.
Yeah.
Have you ever hurt your nose? Mm-hmm. All right. Okay.
Yeah, like it does happen.
Oh,
but like you're not when you're attacking you're not really attacking the face.
Okay.
You're attacking the neck.
Oh, that's fine.
That's what you're after. But I mean, you're like somebody's
You get in the way.
Yeah, your face sometimes get in the way of somebody's knee. It happens. Like you can't. It's they refer to it as the gentle art.
The gentle art of jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Oh, you could write. Is there a book that's called that, or could you write one?
I could,
Your fan fiction on jiu-jitsu could be called The Gentle Art of Jiu-Jitsu.
that is a gay title.
Yeah. It all leads back to your
The gentle art of
homoerotica.
the gentle love.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's very gay.
but yeah, you should go.
Go. I might. I think I might. I think I will.
There's women there. One of the instructors is a woman.
Okay, well that's helpful.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be.
In fact, I think she's one of the co-owners of the place.
Ooh, good for her. Women empowerment.
Yeah, she's a high level belt as well. I think
Yeah,
she's a high level purple belt.
Whew.
And she comes every Tuesday to our one because she trains every single day.
Like discipline.
So the other lady, I'm not going to name her name just in case she
Yeah.
doesn't want to be called out. So she lives in Cove, so she lives near to the gym. And they don't do jiu-jitsu at AMAG on a Tuesday, so she
Right.
drives out to Knockburn Loch
Oh my god! And does
and
it there.
train. There's no other woman that comes to my one. It's
Just
all
her?
men. Again, I would say I'm the lightest guy. I weigh about 73 kilos. So
Yeah.
I'm the average sized male. I would say 5'10" and a bit.
5'12".
5'15". And she will absolutely demolish us.
Oh my god!
She's a high level.
Good for her.
Yeah, high level blue belt. Like she's just so technical. Like she knows what she's doing. Like she could easily
Nice.
fuck some guys up.
Love that.
But yeah, train some any woman out there should be trained jiu-jitsu.
Why? To self-defense,
Self-defense, yeah. That
or just to, what did you say? F a lot of men up.
yeah, to fuck them up, man. If you you don't have to. You shouldn't want to go out and hurt people.
No.
That's the other thing. But you should be able to know how to look after yourself.
Yeah.
I think that's everybody's responsibility. Swimming, you must learn how to swim.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
It's a life skill, and I think another life skill is a form of martial art. Because any young man at some point in time will think that they can take another man.
Yeah.
They'll think I can.
Toxic
I can.
culture.
No, it's not toxic. It's not. It's just masculinity.
Yeah, I think is it like innately in men to be like, I can
Yes.
take you. I'll square up like,
Any man.
or like just being on the streets and being like, I can take you.
So
Women just don't have that.
no, but you're not meant to.
Yeah,
that's for
'cause
us.
they're hunters and you're gatherers. Right?
I guess if you want to be
Yeah.
primitive like that
Yeah.
way, but like
That's a good word, primitive.
Yeah, ask any of your guy friends when they get introduced to another guy, they'll measure them up and go, I think so.
Okay.
They'll do it. They'll do the wee calculation in their head. Like when I met Robert, I was like, I could not fuck you up.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Is there like, do you think there's men out there that have the anti version of that they just go, I couldn't take you, and I couldn't take you, and I couldn't take you.
Yeah, there will be, of course, and those who think the full spectrum of that. If you had the guy who was mega aggressive, who think he could take on the world, etc.,
Yeah.
went and say, we'll just use jiu-jitsu as a baseline.
Yeah, sure.
Did jiu-jitsu, found some, because there's always a bigger fish.
Yeah.
You go onto the mat and you get fucked up. You get somebody roughhouses you and you go,
I knock down a big peg.
I'm not who I thought I was, and they go down. And then
Eat some humble pie.
eat some humble pie. Everybody needs it. Keep you honest. And then they get disciplined and they come up a level. And then the person on the other end of the spectrum, they might not be as ineffective as they thought, or they are as ineffective as they thought, but they see a pathway to become effective.
Yeah.
And these two people are now back on the same baseline. And what even better out of all of that, they've got respect for each other. They've got respect on the mat. Because you've got somebody who's a mat enforcer who'll look after everybody. You've got a decent instructor who will teach you these things. And you're getting a workout. Like,
yeah, I mean, it is
like
ridiculous.
the amount of times like I've came off of like hard sparring and stuff and laughed with the person who's just broke my shit. I'm like, dude, that was so cool. How did you do that? You're asking.
That's a nice a positive attitude.
Yeah, every time. Like,
You want to learn something from it.
You're there to learn it.
Yeah.
Like, right at the beginning, you're like, I don't want to lose. But losing is part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Losing is, in fact, I would say it's probably the most important part of any martial art. Got to lose.
You got to lose to learn.
Nice. Like, I could talk jiu-jitsu for... I could talk...
I find it really interesting, though, that like you're very into that, but you're multifaceted, you're multi-layered with different things. Like, you can go from talking about Adam Sandler films to...
Onions have layers, baby.
Shrek.
Labour government. Do you know what that means? Shrek's coming out. There's not been a Shrek film whilst there was a Conservative government.
Oh. Do you really think the animators and stuff in the US are paying attention to UK politics? Yeah.
Of course.
You think so? Okay.
100%.
Interesting.
Honestly, that was my
They're making another Toy Story.
Toy Story 5.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be about technology and
Is it?
toys. Yeah.
Technology and toys.
Yep. There's a couple other things that Disney
Is that not
announced.
like
Another
Ann
Incredibles.
Could
Imagine Buzz Lightyear with a
Could you imagine?
rabbit.
Oh, dude! Could you imagine them going
like
into
AI
Andy's mum's room?
Oh my God.
And just you see those toys like the same thing. Like, you know, when they went into it's Sid's room, just dragging themselves along.
That's a very sinister Toy Story.
Just got one of the big rubber fists like this.
Oh my God. Some beats.
The things
What's
I've
Andy's
seen.
mum been up to?
Oh God.
Yeah. And then Woody's like, oh, is that a lassoon?
Woody's different than Andy's
It's
mum's room.
handcuffs. Yeah.
Oh,
Mr. Potato Head's like
Mr. Potato Head.
Not like
Oh,
a dykes. Yeah.
Jesus.
No. Yeah. Not
Get
that.
this slinky out.
A very dirty Toy Story. No, that apparently it's about like AI and devices and things. Not those kind of devices. And then there's going to be another Incredibles.
Incredibles. What number is that now?
4?
4.
There'll be 4, I think.
Oh, wow.
Let me just check that.
Yeah, fact check that.
So yeah.
What was the... It was a Pixar film that no one came out. Inside Out. Inside Me.
Incredible 4 Criminal War is an upcoming 2034.
2034. How's it upcoming? It's
Will
10
be
years.
the 4th and final installment of the Incredibles franchise.
When did the first one come out?
Ooh, 2004.
2004.
And number 2 was 2018. Number 3
Oh my God.
was don't know.
You know, just talking about years, you know that song, My Neck, My Back?
Oh no, Incredibles 3 is the one that's been announced. So there's not a third.
Oh, right.
There's not a third.
Yeah, that song we talked about in the podcast.
My Neck, My Back.
My Pussy and My Crack.
Mm-hmm.
Look
People
at
love
good,
that.
look at bad. Do you know what year that came out?
No.
What year do you think that came out? Because I got so many private messages about
Did
this.
you?
Yeah, like people were going off on it. It was so funny.
Like often us in a bad way.
No,
Because
no,
we
in a
always-
good way.
Because we always get corrected.
No.
I'm glad I just quickly fact checked the Incredibles thing before people said there's not a third.
Jesus, oh.
I am going to say that song was 1998.
Dude, I thought the same.
Is it not? It's like 2000s.
Go check it. 2000. Well, I've got it as 2010 in my head, but now I checked it. Yes, but I might be wrong.
My back.
Don't put pussy and crack.
2010.
2000. That song does not sound like a 2010 song. That's 14 years ago. What am I? 33. So 2010. I would have been what? 5th year, 6th year at school. 6th year.
I would have been in 5th year, yeah. Wow.
As soon as that, honestly, I was listening to.
Hang on.
Oh.
Released in April 2002
Oh.
as the lead single from her debut studio album, Thug Mrs. The song is a daring declaration of female sexual anatomy. So it was 2002. and then she re-released it in 2010.
Oh,
I was away to say, because I was away to, after this podcast end, be like to Chloe, how were you 7?
Yes.
You would have been way older than that.
That's where I was going to go with it.
Yeah,
I'm glad you double checked that.
2002 CD is when it came out. And then I've got another one ahead saying that she released it in 2001, which would make sense with Chloe's story. And then re-released in 2010.
Oh, okay.
Re-released. And then Elle King did a version of it.
Elle King, I don't know who that is.
Do you know My X's and O's, that song?
No.
I really want to play like songs and test you on them before. But anyway, she is, you know the guy in 50 First Dates with the coconuts and the blonde wig?
Oh, yeah.
That's her dad. Rob Schneider's daughter, Elle King. She's a singer. She's kind of gone into like country things, but people will know who she is. She did a version of it anyway, and it's like a pretty like acoustic-y version of that song. It's quite good if you listen to it.
Neck,
yeah, it's actually quite good.
My pussy and my crap.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
what's that?
So where people like laughing at our story.
There was another I can't remember the lass's name, Emma something. She commented on her TikTok and she was
Emma Boland, that's my pal.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh. And she'd said about what was that other band? She talked about the band. Oh gosh. There's that song that's like Foxtrot, Uniform, Charlie, Kilo.
Oh, it was just look.
Oh gosh, I can't remember the name of this. Honestly, I was killing myself laughing. I was listening to them. I was driving to work this morning. I put them on.
I can't log into it.
I'll check my
your phone. Yeah.
Oh, I was killing myself laughing. God, it's bad.
So yeah, there's I was getting a lot of messages as well about inappropriate songs that people would go listen to when they were younger.
But one song that I just like, one band, anytime it comes on, is I Want It That Way. I have to. I'm just like, I just think of all the scenarios. Oh, I'll sing this song like on stage. What was it? The band was so good. This is how you know I'm 33. I use my phone with my finger.
You'll be in the next Toy Story film.
With Andy's mum.
What did she say?
Bloodhound Gang.
There
was the Bad Touch, Foxtrot, Uniform, Charlie Keel, Fire, Water, Burn. Honestly, I was listening to that on my commute into work this morning.
Yeah.
And did you ever catch people like singing when they're driving?
Yes, but I also, whenever I drive Chloe's car, I always get caught singing.
Do you?
And then I'll just kind of like move my mouth quicker to make it look like I'm on a call.
Oh,
yeah.
God. Yeah, there's so many bellers like that.
Yeah.
So you're going to come to jiu-jitsu?
Yeah. I'll go to the one in Cove. Yeah. I'll sign up to the course, whatever. I've looked at it before.
Let's do it. I'll go with you.
Okay. Cool.
Do we roll with each other?
No, that's weird.
Is it?
Yeah. I think that's weird.
Is it?
Probably. Because I'll just be like tapping you, being like, get off of me.
No.
Yeah.
But you sweat in my mouth.
No, I'm not a sweaty person.
Are you not?
No. I probably will be at jiu-jitsu given what Susan told me about my weight and my waist size. That was a shock.
Oh, really?
But yeah, I was like, that's gone up a lot. Do you know you just expect that you're just going to be that weight forever and you're not? So yeah, I probably will be at jiu-jitsu because that's a different form of exercise.
You'll sweat.
I'll sweat.
You'll sweat buckets.
But not in my neck, my back.
Your pussy and you'll sweat all there.
Okay.
You'll sweat
great.
The orifices.
Okay. Great.
Do you get a sweaty neck?
I've never had a sweaty neck in my life.
You know.
I think women, instead of necks, it's like sweaty under boobs. Adele was talking about it at her concert.
Men are perverts, right? Mm-hmm. I'm a man. I'm a pervert.
Yeah.
See, like when we were in Zalo in Spain, Amy was wearing this, like, I can't remember what she was wearing, but she had this, like, under boob sweat. I just fucking found it the sexiest thing ever. I was like,
booby sweat.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
That's
where the phrase sweating my tits off comes from.
I never told. She's left the company now. I can fucking tell it. So I'd only been.
You don't have to name her.
No, I don't have to name her. I'd only been at the company like 3 months, and she maybe about the same, maybe 3 months or so.
Yeah.
And totally different departments. Got a lovely, lovely lassie during the summer, I remember this summer it was roasting in this office. Aircon broke. We're next to the window. I was sweating through my shirt. I changed the shirts with me and everything. And they had gone out for their lunch. They out the park benches. And I had been messaging her about something about work on Teams just before lunch. Came back and I had got a message. Boop, boop, boop. I'm sweating my fucking tits off. And I was like, and she must have been like 20 years old.
Oh my god!
So like, I'm seeing her in the business. I was like,
"Is this meant for
cool?
Oh.
All right, deleted." And then she came through. She's like, "Please tell me you did not see that." I was like,
I did.
She's like, "It's just really hot." I was like, you know what? I hear you.
Yeah. Sweating me tits off.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be fair, I was going around Munich being like...
And sorry,
Adele,
to finish that, the next week, I was like, I'll come out. I'm going to sit in the bed.
Park bench, yeah.
It's roasting.
Yeah.
Roasting. And I got on with her. She was really funny, lassie. And like the friends that she's with, they were really, really nice and really funny as well. And I was eating away. And she said, as we finish, I'm going to go. And she was wearing like a floaty summery dress. And she sat up, and I was like, "Oh," she's like, "What?" I was like, "I think your sweaty boob sweat's going your sweaty arse crack is all, it's all over this bed." And there was just a perfect crescent moon of her arse.
And then you like cue the song, "I Feel the Pale Moon Rising." Oh no, that's horrible. But poor girl, she's been through it.
Oh, dude,
she left.
I was just like, get some talcum powder with you or something.
Just like, I don't know what you do, because I was going around to Munich being like to Chloe, I'm sweating like a whore in church. I'm sweating like a Weight Watcher in a sweet shop. This is awful. I was like in the Adele queue with like spanning myself, being like, oh my god, I'm sweating me tits off. And people around me were like, yeah, me too. And I was like, oh, embarrassed. Like, oh, I thought you didn't hear me. So yeah, I think that's where the phrase comes from. But
sweat my tits off.
Yeah, I'll sweat me tits off at jiu-jitsu.
You'll sweat your tits off. We should get t-shirts saying that.
Yeah.
I'll
sweat your tits off at jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Nice.
You'll be good at jiu-jitsu, I think.
I think I'll be I'm terrible at most things. So let's...
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I don't go into things...
You're good at snacking?
I am an Olympic medalist at snacking, yeah. But I don't go into things with the mentality I'm going to be great. But if I end up being good, then that's great. But if not, whatever. It's just for exercise.
And we'll come back with a review.
Yeah, of me and video evidence of me at jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, I'll come.
Excellent.
I'll come.
Okay. All right.
Until
next time.
All right. Love you. Bye.
Token one for the team. With Shannon and Sean talking about life and everything in between. The token ones see it differently. Yeah, token one for the team. This is Shannon and Sean, keeping things light. The token ones in the group. That's right. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride right now.